Today I'm going to answer a question about what causes resistance. Resistance is a very interesting thing to me, and it comes in so many different shapes and sizes, but ultimately can be boiled down to one, maybe two things. In NLP, we have a presupposition that says resistance is a sign of a lack of rapport. So we don't have that connection with someone. And that might be the case. So if you're communicating with someone and there's a resistance there, then we need to build rapport. We'll come back to that in a little bit. Very often resistance comes up through behavioral things. I've Googled a question of what are some other words for resistance, and here's what I came up with: battle, defiance, fight, protection, struggle, those kinds of things. So when we have those emotional stances, and let's look up defiance real quick: confrontation, contempt, opposition, I can't say that word, provocate, when you provoke someone, rebellion, spite, and antonyms, which are the opposite: submission, subordination, obedience. Sometimes it's those behaviors that we see with resistance as well. Resistance comes up in someone's behavior in a multitude of ways. They might feel a battle going on. If I'm working with a client, I always check if we've got rapport. But if there's a situation that they're talking about that just they can't get to, it's hard, there's a struggle, there's a battle, the rapport is with the topic. The resistance is with the topic. Recently, I was working with a young lady with money issues, and we were talking about different things. And she said, I've tried to budget, just like that, her face, I've tried to budget. And I said, wow, just that phrase right there and how you said that, what emotion is behind the budget? And she said, I hate it. I said, what causes you to hate it? Well, people are always trying to control me. Okay. And what does it mean if you're controlled, or what causes that control? And she came up with a full belief statement, which is what we call this. And it was ultimately that she then isn't in control if others are in control. And there was this anger that was coming on about having to budget. And she didn't have to budget, it was just something that somebody had suggested to her along the way. So money isn't the issue necessarily. It's where is that resistance? And in that regard, it was within the budgeting because there was a control factor and a lot of other things. Let's boil it down a little bit. If somebody is having an issue with saving, working out, eating right, trusting themselves, trusting other people, starting a new plan. I have lots of clients who come to me and they say, I have a business plan, I have a book plan, I have a plan for my career, I have a plan for my relationship, I have a plan. I can't execute it. There's resistance there. When we boil it down, resistance ultimately, remember, everything has a positive intention, everything. And when we have that resistance, it comes back to a lack of safety and and fear. Fear of I'm not good enough, fear of will I be safe, fear of will this work out, fear of can I do this, fear of losing control, fear of not being able to be ourselves, fear of death, fear. And that lack of safety or that fear that comes up can be very, very debilitating. And it comes from somewhere, not necessarily a somewhere like when you were 3 years old, you were blah, 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 attacked by dogs or whatever. Maybe. But sometimes it's just those layers of life that come onto us, that come into our world and into our life that stop us because of that safety mechanism. The resistance that we feel is never really trying to hurt us or hold us back or keep us stuck. It does those things, but it's rarely, I don't think ever, attempting to do that. The resistance, whatever it is helping us stay safe. So we need to train ourselves, almost trick ourselves into knowing that we're safe. So if you have a lot of resistance with something in your life, my recommendation would be to get some NLP coaching on that. But in lieu of that, in those moments, acknowledge it and go, okay, there's that battle going on inside me. Look around. I'm actually safe right now. I'm okay. Take a deep belly breath. When we take a deep belly breath from the diaphragm, that tricks the autonomic nerve system into a sense of safety. If we are ever running for our lives, if our house is on fire, we're not like, no, we're so that deep breath, 2, 3, 8 of those helps to show the unconscious mind through the diaphragm, we're okay. I'm safe. It sets that nervous system off guard and connects us back into that state of, I'm okay. I'm safe. And chances are that battle will go away. If it reoccurs, there's probably a pattern that's useful to address. So if you already are trained in NLP, play with that pattern, clear that pattern, use some of your timeline work. If you're not yet, become trained in NLP or work with an NLP coach. You can find tons of NLP coaches, nlpcoachfinder.com. Resistance. Coming back to resistance with individuals, that aspect of rapport, that connection with someone else, the ultimate reason we want to create that unconscious connection, rapport with someone else, which is created in the brain. We've got these mirror neurons that are in our brain. They look at somebody else who is like them, same type of facial features, same type of life, same type of physiology, same type of words. And our unconscious mind goes, oh, they're like me. I like people who are like me, which is why matching and mirroring work so well. What that ultimately is doing is saying, I like you. I like me. I'm safe. I'm okay. There's nothing here to fear. So, yes, when there is resistance in communication, it's a lack of safety, the lack of rapport, build that. And when there is resistance with something, there's usually a resistance with it or whatever's standing in the way of it. The savings, the exercise, the eating right, the whatever it is. Resistance, not necessarily a bad thing. It's teaching us a little bit. It's teaching us what gets us unsafe, what threatens our safety. Go find your resistances, breathe into them, and go be safe. If you haven't yet, please like my channel, share it with other people, subscribe, look me up on the web and find the NLP Worldwide website. Come learn with me. You'll love it. Talk to you soon.